So, roofer's perspective, how do you feel about insurance companies?
I would say it's a love-hate relationship.
Okay, what's the love?
The love, I love that it brings roofing companies more business.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Do we also love that, people's homes get repaired, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cover the homeowner and make sure that things are replaced.
When it all works out appropriately.
Absolutely.
So what's the hate?
The hate, well, there's a couple.
Okay.
So to name a few. Sometimes they're difficult to work with. The process can take a long time.
Okay. So like how long does it take compared to, so a typical roofing process, like if they're paying retail is like maybe 4 to 6 weeks. What's
6
more
weeks.
more realistic for an insurance company?
I'd say from start to end, about 2.5, 3 months or so is
Oh,
a
really?
perfect scenario.
Okay.
Sometimes it can last 6 months to even a year.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of administration that goes into it on the contractor's end as well as the insurance's end. There's processes called supplementation where you need to increase the value if the insurance scope is low, what you're approved on by an insurance company.
Why would the
It's low.
insurance scope be low?
Well, a lot of times in their system, they have things backdated for a couple of years. So
Okay.
market value, as we all know, inflation has affected us. So cost of materials have gotten more expensive over the past few years. Labor has gotten a little more expensive. And we need to make sure that there's a happy medium on insurance's end as well as the contractor to ensure that the work is.
So is it just the inflation or is there anything else that?
Yeah, so there's some other factors as well. Indiana building code items.
Okay.
So there could be some components missing from the roof on insurance's end that we need to put on as we're insured and licensed contractors.
Okay.
We need to make sure that that roof is warrantable.
So there's this whole potential process called supplementation that makes it take longer. Is there anything else that makes it take longer?
Yeah. So in regards to just the communication process in general. So a lot of times, the contractor or even the homeowner will reach out to that insurance company. There can be a lapse of maybe a week or two before that insurance company gets back to them.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, and then at the end, when they pay out the project, obviously the contractor has to wait for the insurance proceeds to come. They're not just waiting for the homeowner. Do you know anything about that process? How
Absolutely.
challenging that can be?
Absolutely. So there's some things that the insurance company needs to pay out their final amount, their final balance to the homeowner. They need a completed invoice from the contractor, or they need a full invoice for the work that's done. A lot of times they'll need pictures of the work being performed and completed, and they'll need a completion of work certificate.
Okay, so assuming the contractor's provided all of this, is it like wham bam, we get the money, or?
Not always. Sometimes, again, just like, it takes maybe a week or two with communication back and forth when you send just one email. Sometimes it can take 2 weeks, maybe upwards of a month to get that money back to the homeowner, then to the contractor.
So it sounds like this entire process can be like quite frustrating for the homeowner. Would you have any advice for a homeowner coming into this process and how they might want to approach it?
Absolutely. I say number one is first, trust your contractor. Establish a relationship with that contractor, fully trust one another. And then number two, just patience. Patience is a virtue with this whole process.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like it. Well, thanks very much, Patrick.
Of course.